Welcome, Virgo, to your monthly love reading for September 2018. So, as I'm looking into the reading, I want you to just be mindful about drinking and driving, and just be careful on the road or getting into arguments while you're with somebody, driving with somebody, those kind of things, because that could be very dangerous. I feel like there could be some kind of mistakes or events that could, you either witness or you could be involved in. Just be careful about those things, all right? Not to bring fear, just be mindful. Alright, so what are the energies for a Virgo in love for September 2018 in love? So I'm going to do a different spread for you. Alright, let's see. So our energy, the person is coming towards you, their response, or your response, their response, your response, advice, outcome for Virgo. So first I'm going to put this back in, but first we have an issue where there could be now sometimes this is where you are falling out with somebody. There's somebody else in the picture where you're tired of a certain scenario happening, you know about it and you want it to be over. So that could really be bogging you down, and I feel like things might be moving forward might be a struggle. You can see how I'm trying to shuffle the cards and they're just kind of all over the place. So heavy energy, I feel, for some. Say again, good cards though. Now we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Six of Wands, which is an indication that many of you are on the brink of manifesting an opportunity in your life to open up to somebody. And I feel like, yes, good things can happen for you, winning, feeling confident with you and your romantic partner. But I feel like some kind of interference is there, something that you're trying to wait for it to go away, but it might not be happening as quickly as you want to. So keep that in mind and try to have hope. Now we're going to do this again. Let's see the over energy. Okay, September 2018. Let's see. So the mutual energy between both of you, the stress is there. All right, you're constantly, maybe you're staying busy, you do have worries about what people might think about you in this love relationship, this opportunity, making a big change, putting it out in the open, revealing certain things and aspects about yourself and another person. So I feel like that is a high stress level. All right, what that person might be bringing towards you, a lot of communication. They could be open up to you, trying to travel to come see you as well. So they might be yearning to talk to you and open up in some way. So that's a good thing to see. Your response, I feel some of you might not respond. You might not open back up to them because you're protecting yourself. You're protecting your interests. All right. Some of you might feel like it's in your best interest to do that because you might not trust a particular person, or you just don't want to reveal too many things because you feel like everything will be out in the open. So I feel like that's where the energy is a bit stagnant. Somebody might reach out to you, but you're not really wanting to open up to somebody and let them know how you are feeling in some way. You're in your head about something. Now, what is their response? They want you to open up. All right, they want you to express yourself, and I feel like that's an energy of, again, leaning on you. That's been coming up for a lot of signs. Leaning on you either financially, wanting more help, and I feel like for some of you, if you've been in that scenario, you're tired of that happening. So you might just be like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. We need to sever this tie because it's not quite healthy for me, and it might not be the right thing to do. Now, some of you could be dealing with an ex-partner, someone from your past who constantly tries to communicate with you, and they might be leaning on you for some kind of support, and that's not healthy. So you might shut communication off because that's the best thing for this newer energy, as we were speaking about the new love that could be coming through, and money and growth. And I feel like there are new things that's manifesting into your life, so focus on those things, but not things that's going to disrupt your emotional or psychological well-being. All right, so what is your response? Yeah, your thoughts. Again, you're in your head. You're constantly thinking about someone or something, what they might be doing. Are you making the right move? So sometimes these are really intense mental issues, things that you might need to counsel yourself with, or help, ask for advice or something like that, or just staying up and just not being able to sleep, and you're just worried, or whether or not to open up, what you might say. So that means that you kind of back away and don't say anything. So you're in overdrive about something or somebody. All right. Now, so we got they're bringing towards you. Your response, advice. So when I see this, two things. Now this is where some of you could be, you might have two different love interests. You could be talking to them at the same time, or vice versa. That could be flipped around. And I feel like that's part of you trying to figure out whether or not you should trust somebody, whether or not you should mingle with two people at the same time. That's not going to be good for either person or relationship. But I also feel like this is part of you needing to stay focused on career obligations. Try to be just devote your energy in that direction. If you feel like the emotional factor is not there, it doesn't seem to be showing up that much. So just keep that in mind. I feel like the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that you could be dealing with. If you've been dealing with somebody who reaches out to you and you don't trust them through past experiences and they try to communicate, that's why you may not be communicating, because you really your experience with them has been a letdown, and that's why you could be kind of holding back. It just depends there. And the outcome is in something is ending. All right, an ending. We have the 9, then you have the 10 of frustration, where you're rejecting somebody first of all, and then you might even feel like they feel that way as well. So I feel like something where you are moving away from somebody. Clarify the King of Wands in reverse for Virgo. Yeah, that particular person, either you or them, they could be spying, watching you, all right, to see what's going on. And that's why you might not be communicating. When you receive a text message from them, you might not say something back, and then they go resort to looking at you and see what you might be up to, or vice versa. That could be going on. Children could be in a scenario as well. And there could be an issue with pregnancy or something where, okay, that particular person could have made some mistakes. You could have made some mistakes, but they could have made some mistakes. And when I see this combination, a child is there. Now, there could be sexual things going on, and then you're thinking about them not communicating to you, or vice versa. It could be flipped around again. And I feel like there's something going on where there's some ending, and you're not able to sleep, you're not able to rest, and you just don't trust that particular person. For some of you out there, so something is going wrong where somebody was maybe sneaking or infidelity, cheating, or something like that, and you're trying to figure out how to handle that particular person. All right, and I want to clarify the 8 of Wands for Virgo. Yeah, so whoever that is that could be texting you, it might be they're letting you know that financially they're not really good right now. They're not really at their best. And when they are texting you, it's out of desperation, out of feeling desperate, feeling like you're the only person they can go to, feeling a bit hurt or even guilty about something that has happened. And it affects them in some way, but it doesn't have to really affect you as much as you allow it to. So depending on what you're going through, I feel like a lot of you know what this might be. So just be careful with this connection, or approach it as you might need to. All right. Let's see. Messages for Virgo for September 2018. Now, I do want to wish you a happy birthday if your birthday is this month. I feel like this could be very tense for you, though, for some of you out there, not everybody. So do your best. Now, I noticed that when I give readings and if I'm doing predictions, a lot of times the energies can come to fruition, like it's going to happen in some form or fashion, but you can have an effect on how you change it if you really, really, really push and you say, this is, you got to give affirmations, you got to really say certain things, you got to make changes with your routine, whatever it is that you might be unhappy with. Disconnect in some way to see what happens. Do something that changes the dynamic of what's manifesting right now. This is the current energy which you could be going through. It can be affected in a different way, but a lot of times these things happen in the way I'm letting you know. So keep that in mind. All right, so your happiness and how you approach somebody is really going to be important. So messages for Virgo for September 2018. And we have, you deserve love, you are lovable. Now that comes out where you feel like somebody has disappointed you, things are not moving right, you haven't found the right one, so you might not communicate to a love interest, or you might date a lot and you might not trust. You might have trust issues for some of you out there. Messages for Virgo for September 2018. And then we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Whoever you may have been dealing with, even if you don't claim them as an ex-partner, someone that you were dating, or even someone that you may have been close to, I feel like that's part of you removing yourself from that particular person because someone else new could be there. So I feel like that's really important for many of you out there. Okay, so that's going to be a reading. All right, I do send you a lot of love, lots of light, tons of healing vibes as well. And you can always go to the website Psychicloveheals.com to schedule something personally for you. And the phone option will be an option at this time, but the other options will be up. So have a good one and enjoy.